Continues today on cybersecurity part 3. Let's talk about how the banks can help you when there is cyber crime on your bank account. It can be frustrating. It can be very, very frustrating, but it will also depend on how fast you respond to the experience when you notice the act going on your account, when you notice unusual transactions going on your account. So if you can respond expeditiously, if you can respond timelessly, if you be fast enough to reach out to the bank to complain to your bank as soon as you notice an unusual transaction in the bank may be able to save the situation for you. And that act that the bank will do, or those steps that the bank will take to save your account, to keep your information safe, is what we call cyber security. So I remember sometime last year, I woke up one morning and I saw several alerts on my phone. Transactions I know that I did not do. And this was the alerts were just too much, too many. I didn't understand what was going on at the point. I was confused. I didn't even know that I was supposed to call my bank immediately. I was just confused. What has happened? What's going on? Where did I use the card? Because I knew that previously I had used the card to make purchases and all that. Who had tampered with my card? It was My head was all over the place. My head was spinning. I asked myself several questions that I did not find answers for the transactions. Okay. So the next day, I woke up again. I saw several alerts on my phone. At that point, I now picked up my phone to call my bank. So the customer care representative that picked the call, with their normal routine, asking lots of questions that was taking a lot of time, but I had to be patient because I needed answers. No, but what she told me was that they were going to run checks on those transactions, but that if they are able to find out that the person who committed the fraud on my account has not actually moved that money and has not gotten into possession of those money, that I can have it back within a matter of days. But that when they find out that he has not used up the money, that they're going to place a lien on it. Okay, so a lien is like a right that I have as the owner of that money so that the next person can be stopped from using or having access to that money. But that I should know that the alert that I'm receiving does not mean that the person is withdrawing from my account at those moments, but that the person has moved out the bulk money already. Now as he's now using from that bulk money, that is how I'm getting the alert. At that point, all I could do was just pray. Let it be that the person has not gotten hold of all the money, but that even if there's any part that is left, let them be able to save that part for me. So this is how cyber security comes in. We're talking about making sure that people who do not have authorized access to something, to an information, to a device, to a system, to a network, should not have access to those things. Now, this is my private information. Somebody in a criminal way, somebody has now had access to it. What the bank did was to apply the principle of lien on my account, on that money, to stop the person from further having access to that account. So as we are all enjoying social media, we are enjoying the internet, we are enjoying the media space, the online space, we have to be careful, because if it has not hit you, if cybercrime has not hit you, you will not know that these things are real. You won't know that these things happen. You won't know. So you have to be careful. No, we buy online. People are selling online, people are rendering services online. Sometimes you scroll through some pages, you want to solicit for their services. When you want to put your details online, there are certain important questions that you need to ask yourself. How safe am I? How safe are my details if I put this? Some people put in Google Forms, some people put things. There are things that people just put online to extract your personal information. What is the guarantee that that person that you have supplied that personal information to is the only person that has access to it and the only person that will have access to those information? Now we talk about cyber security being adapting, you know, having to bring in updates to match up with the emerging threats or challenges within the cyberspace. So it is also the responsibility of those people who are requesting or extracting or collecting your personal information to put measures in place to ensure that yes, people who should not have access should not have access. But should those people who are not supposed to have access, what are we going to do to remedy the situation? That is what cybersecurity is all about. So before you drop your details online, you have to ask yourself how safe. You have to ask yourself whether it is safe for you to do that. You have to ask yourself, can this site protect you? Can this app protect your details? Can this seller, can this entity protect you after you have promoted their own services, after you have promoted their own business by buying from them, or you go in to buy from them and then you're suffering more harm than the good that you have done to the vendor? This is Xavier Law Essence, a place where we give you premium legal tips to help you make informed decisions, live informed life, and discover the best version of yourself. We'll see you again.